Alright, so it is Thursday, the 5th, after the 4th, and this is a not so awesome pickup. Yay! Wee. Yes, I'm in a different place right now, back where I used to film these videos because it is cold in the other room. I have to wait for a package to be delivered, apparently, and no one's home, so it's quiet. That's a bonus. Anyways, comic shop news. Wolverine looks kind of cool in that costume. He's holding a gun. I kind of find that weird, because why does Wolverine need a gun? Anyways, not really much to show in here. Just that picture kind of looks cool. Um, but let's get on with this. Amazing Spider-Man issue 700.1, and a few things to say about this. One, there was like a preview for it, like how you read the description. The description. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. The description for it was said something like go back a year, go back to the final days of Peter Parker and relive blah 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 blah. This is far from his final days. I just want to put that out there because I read that description and I was like under the impression that this was going to happen maybe sometime after Spider Island, but before Ends of Earth or Lizard thing or something, before the Hobgoblin thing. But no, this goes way back because J. Jonah Jameson is still at the Bugle. He's not the mayor. Aunt May is still living at her house, and Peter still works at the Bugles. So I don't know who came up with that description, but definitely was not accurate in any way. Other than that, I did really like the issue, but Peter kind of seemed like a downer in it. He he I don't want to say depressed, but he came off like not all cheery like he usually is, or sarcastic, funny. There definitely wasn't really any humor in this, and that kind of disappointed me because Spider-Man, he usually is humorous. If you read Superior Spider-Man this week, that had plenty of humor in it, and it was still a really good issue. We'll get into that later. This didn't really have that much of it. It was more of a serious thing going on. I mean, it was good. It's Peter, it's definitely him. It's not Doc Ock, and I really enjoyed it. I like what's happening in the story. I just wish it had more of that funniness going on with it because that's kind of how I remember reading Amazing Spider-Man. Otherwise, the main gist of the story is that there's a winter storm coming, like a really big storm, and Peter is tired. He's cold because it gets cold in November, but he can't get warm for some reason. Um, and he has this bad feeling, and he decides that he needs to go out during the storm, and that's pretty much where it ends. There's other stuff that happens in between that I'm not going to spoil, but other than that, if you like Peter Parker, it's definitely something to go out and read until he actually truly comes back. But like I said, aside from the non-cheery thing, bad description, at least from what I read. I don't know if that description is still online, but yeah, moving on. Guardians of the Galaxy issue 9. It is an Infinity tie-in, which should have came out last week, if you ask me, because Infinity ended last week, so it would have made sense. I don't know why they didn't do that. Maybe it wasn't done yet. It ties into Infinity pretty good. They're still basically taking out the peak or retaking the peak and stuff, trying to help the Avengers make it to Earth with their little spaceships. Angela does make an appearance, and it was a good issue. I mean, there's really not much to say bad about it. I really enjoyed the writing again. It was definitely still funny, but the art, which I don't mind the art, I like the art, does not fit the tone of this issue and the last issue, just because I find like the art is more for something that's darker, more serious, maybe mystery, not something that has plenty of laughable moments and stuff like Guardians of the Galaxy. It doesn't fit, but next issue I believe the regular artist is coming back, so I'm happy for that. And then the issue after that is the tie-in with all new X-Men for the trial of Jean Grey, and that's gonna be awesome. I hope. And yeah, I like it. I still like Guardians. I'm still gonna keep being Guardians until that art becomes permanent. Then I might stop getting it, or Bendis stops writing it because I'm actually enjoying it. Anyways, Marvel Knights X-Men, part 2 of 5, and again, there's stuff to say about the art. It's kind of like this right here that you're looking at for Guardians. That kind of one color tone drawn a little bit differently, kind of like Uncanny X-Men. Um, but it definitely fits the story, and the story I don't want to go into too much detail because The beginning of it is kind of crazy, and then once you find out what's going on, I don't want to say what's going on because it'll definitely spoil just straight out the beginning, which I thought was the beginning was really good. Um, but yeah, some bad guys kind of make an appearance, and it was definitely good. I liked it. They're still in that town, trying to figure out who's killing these mutants, what's going on. Um, Aside from that, the art I really like. It's definitely feels like it would be a Halloween special. I'm not saying because it's a horror related, it's not really scary, but it has that feel to it that Scooby Doo horror movie type of feel. But Scooby Doo horror movies aren't actually scary, if you get what I mean. I like it personally, and I will be getting the rest of it. And that's pretty much the best I can say about that. And Amazing X-Men. Definitely will keep getting it. I kind of find it weird that they literally go to heaven and hell because that's where they literally go to. Iceman does something really hilarious in hell. You could probably guess what that is, but I'm not going to say what it is, but it's hilarious. And basically, they're just, you know, they just arrive there. If you saw what happened in the last issue, they kind of just get forced into that, I guess you could call it dimension, whatever you want to call it. I don't really know. But they're basically just trying to figure out where they are, and then there's demons, and then they're fighting demons, and then they're fighting Azazel's pirate people, which is still a little bit weird. I'm not gonna say this is definitely kind of weird, but it's definitely good writing. It's good story, and Nightcrawler. Come on, who doesn't like Nightcrawler? Also, somebody else makes an appearance in it. I don't want to say who. Kind of should have seen it coming, but I didn't. Was awesome. And Superior Spider-Man. Uh, if you read the last issue, Flash was fighting Spider-Man, Venom Spider-Man, whatever you want to call them. They were fighting each other, and it starts off from there, and it gets better. Um, I really liked it. I like the Black Banner here. That's awesome. Uh, yeah, issue 23. What to say about it? Had its funny moments like always. Like I said, Spider-Man, that's kind of the tone I feel like it should always have. And it was good. I mean, I don't really want to spoil too much on it. It's just something you should definitely read. I would say even if you don't like Doc Ock, Spidey, whatever you want to call him, it's still definitely worth reading. There's one main thing I like about it the most, which are probably not what all the other people like. I'm sure everybody likes it because yay, it's Venom. I like what's going on with the Goblin because they're setting up for the next story arc with the Goblins, with Goblin Nation, and I can't wait for that. Green Goblin, he kidnapped Carly Cooper. He read her diary. He knows what's going on with Spider-Man. He doesn't know who Spider-Man is still because of the whole brand new day thing. But I can't wait for that. It's getting really good. It's starting, to get really good. There's really no other way to say it. And I can't wait for it. So definitely, like it's probably one of my must gets. I always get Spirit Spider-Man. It's definitely not something I'm gonna drop probably ever. Until it gets canceled, obviously, then you can't get it. But hopefully, by the time it gets canceled, or when it gets canceled, it'll be because Peter's back. That'll be awesome. We'll see when that happens. Moving on. Last thing I got, which is probably my favorite thing of the week. Cataclysm, The Ultimate Last Stand. And I'll be honest, I have not read anything of Ultimate Comics, aside from like a couple random issues, because I've kind of like trying to build my way up to it by reading regular Ultimate Marvel and then Ultimate Comics, which is after Peter Parker's death in that universe. This, as we know, after Age of Ultron, Galactus arrives in the Ultimate Universe and he's at Earth. He's destroyed New Jersey, and they, the Ultimates, have no idea how to stop him, basically. But if you, sure you all remember last year they did do a crossover with the Ultimate Universe in Spider-Man, and it starts to finally play a part here, which makes me excited because I've been wanting a universe crossover for forever. I still see how that's gonna. At least I still believe that that's where New Avengers is going eventually, but that's a whole nother thing. This, they talked to Mysterio, who is still, the 616 Mysterio is still in the Ultimate Universe. They tried to find out who Galactus is, but like through him, and he tells them, "Hey, you need that Mister Fantastic guy, Reed Richards, because he saved us from that guy, and he's like the smartest guy in the world." Obviously, their Reed Richards, uh, he ain't a good guy anymore. He's dead. Nobody likes him. But the portal apparently to the 616 universe is still there, and uh, they're basically trying to figure out who's gonna go in and who's going to basically get that Reed Richards help, and that's where I'm gonna stop talking about it. But oh my god, it is awesome, and that is probably why it's my favorite thing. There's only one really annoying thing about this issue that makes me a little mad, and that is that issue 3 does not come out until next month. It says it in the back. Comes out next month. That's the only bad thing, because I want to read more of it next week. But you know, you gotta wait. Anyways, really good issue. Probably my favorite thing next to Spider-Man. And there's actually two more things I'm going to show that aren't really comic book related, but actually they are comic book related. They're just not comic books. That's why I'm showing them. And it's because yesterday, after I went to the comic book store, I decided to go to Goodwill, which as soon as I walked in, I was kind of like, wait, I was here Sunday. Why did I come today? Because they didn't have anything Sunday. And surprisingly, they did. I decided to walk to the back, like I more or less usually do, and saw a couple things. Actually, I saw some Super Nintendo games that my friend pointed out Sega games, and I decided to get just two of them because I didn't have that much money. But they are comic book related, and that's why I wanted to show them. Just because one Batman, the video game for the Sega Genesis, that's it's awesome. I don't know how this game is. I've never played this game, but I mean, $5.99, I can pass it up. Comes with the manual. I think that's cool. Um, and the other game was SpiderMan, which comes with 50% off Marvel comic details inside. Again, I haven't even played these since I got them yesterday. But what I really liked about this one, aside from it having the manual, it has the ads, which I thought was kind of cool because it's like a 50% off Marvel comic subscription. It expired July 31st, 1992, but that's still pretty cool. And Sega Genesis presents Spider-Man Secret Challenge Contest that expired in January 31st, 1992. And I didn't know about this, but little comic book in there. It's like 2 pages, I think, but it's still, it's pretty cool. Probably leads into the story of the game. And that is my not so awesome comic book pickup of the week. Uh, don't forget, like, comment if you want any questions, stuff. Subscribe, that would be cool because I could use subscribers, and anybody could use subscribers. Subscribe to other people; they deserve it too. Um, anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, if you want to see more video game type stuff, just leave a comment and ask. I'll do it. I've actually been wanting to do more video game stuff. I just haven't yet been doing other things. But anyways, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next week because I highly doubt I will do an Ultimate Spider-Man review this week, Ultimate Saturday review. But you never know. And alright then, cool.